Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I have an incredibly exciting battle for you all. Yes, I played the one, the only, 2014 Pokemon World Champion, Sejun Park, also one of the greatest VGC players of all time. Sejun and I are actually really close friends. We've hung out at Worlds each year, and he always does so well, so it was really awesome to see him win this year. And we actually fought right after Worlds, casually with both of our teams. Sunday night we were all hanging out, and Sejun was just battling everyone, so it was really cool. Unfortunately, the battle didn't save, which kind of sucked, but Sejun had the upper hand in that battle, and we both learned a lot about each other's teams, but of course everyone knows Sejun's team at this point. I feel like most of you guys saw the one, part of Sejun's team with PACHIRISU, but a lot of you guys didn't see the other part, which is using Mega Gyarados and Gothitelle to just demolish opponents. Sejun's Gothitelle had Tickle, which decreases your attack and defense, and with Shadow Tag, you log everything in basically, and then Gyarados comes in, Dragon Dances like twice, and Earthquakes everything to absolute, death. So he brought this mode against me, and it was the mode I was expecting. I knew Gothitelle Salamence was by far my best lead matchup against him. The only lead that he could possibly bring that would give me trouble is Gothitelle and Gardevoir, and even so, his Gardevoir would essentially be locked in, so my Ferrothorn could come in and we could trade knockouts, and in that case it'd be my Kangaskhan against the rest of his team. So I felt pretty comfortable going with Gothitelle and Salamence as my leads, and you see the other two I brought. You see the 4 Pokemon Sejun brought, of course, and this was only one game. We didn't play a best of 3 since we didn't have enough time, but I hope to get another battle in with him soon. But without further ado, let's get the battle started. So going into this game, I knew that Talonflame did not have Protect or U-turn, so I knew if he brought it, if he chose to lead it, I would be in a really good position. And I figured he might want to do it since I have my own Gothitelle, so he might be tempted to taunt me, because Trick Room is actually really good against Sejun's team, since he relies on Thunder Wave, and my Pokemon are already naturally slow, so using stuff like Ferrothorn or Hariyama could really put a dent on Sejun's strategy. So he does choose to lead with the Talonflame, and he goes for the taunt right away. I know I'm able to get a free knockout this turn with a Dragon Pulse and Psychic double target. Of course, I am actually running Choice Spec Salamence with a Modest Nature, so the Dragon Pulse actually takes it out in one hit, which is really good. I didn't want to use Draco Meteor because you never want to Draco against a Gothitelle because of course they trap you. They have their own ways of healing, whether it's Leftovers or Citrus Berry or Chest Rest like my set. So I was really careful about there, but Dragon Pulse was able to actually get the knockout, but I did Psychic there for insurance. I didn't want to switch out Gothitelle either because I wanted to keep whatever Sejun switched in trapped. The trap is really essential, and we both actually chose to use Gothitelle, which a lot of top players at Worlds used. Shota Yamamoto almost made it through LCQ, top 8 of it. He also used Tickle Gothitelle. Wolfie Glick got 9th with Gothitelle, so a lot of top players had different builds, but it's cool to see all of it come together. Now that I see Gyarados though, I really want the Ferrothorn to come in because Scott really not going to touch either his Gyarados or his Gothitelle. And having played Sejun before, I get the idea or the prediction that he's going to protect with the Gyarados just to get a Tickle off. I was thinking the Tickle might go into Gyarados. He did target the Gothitelle slot instead. But fortunately enough, I did choose to target the Gothitelle with Dragon Pulse, meaning Gyarados was basically ignored this turn. And it does enough to basically KO it if I do one more Dragon Pulse, so that's huge. I haven't taken any damage yet at this point. He's only paralyzed and tickled me, and I feel like I'm in a fantastic position. This turn, I'm kind of expecting Sejun to switch out, because I know that he can't really afford to lose Mega Gyarados this early, and he does get another Tickle off onto my Ferrothorn, which is fine, because I know if I KO this Gothitelle, I'll be perfectly set, and of course, that is indeed what I do. I do Dragon Pulse target the Gothitelle again, because I know the one thing that can really beat my team is if Sejun locks me with Gothitelle, right? With Shadow Tag, it's really bad. You get all these Tickles up, and suddenly Gyarados and all its attacks are like one-hit KOs. So by KOing Gothitelle, I can actually switch freely now, meaning that the Tickles that Sejun used earlier in the game really meant absolutely nothing, and I can safely switch out Ferrothorn. However, Pachirisu and Gyarados is still a very scary duel to stare at, because Pachirisu can redirect obviously all attacks away. Gyarados can set up a bunch of Dragon Dances, Mega Evolve, and just absolutely wreck. Fortunately enough though, Salamence is actually a great check to Mega Gyarados because Earthquake doesn't touch it, and the only move that Sejun really has to hit Salamence is Waterfall. But Sejun's Gyarados really relies on using Earthquake to hit everything, right? So if he can't get knockouts on both Pokemon, then he's basically forced to only target one, meaning the other Pokemon I have will be able to freely target whatever he has. So he does go for the Dragon Dance and the Super Fang because, at this point there's no other way you can really win. And he does get the full paralysis. Sejun's kind of relying on the full paralysis now, but just with 1 or 2 untimely rolls for me, he could completely turn the game around with his +1 already Mega Gyarados. But I know I'm still in a pretty good position. This following turn, his Mega Gyarados goes for the Waterfall, and I kind of misplay here. I'm scared because I know both of his Pokemon carry Protect. I did just go for the Double Edge onto Pachirisu, and to be quite honest, I was expecting it to KO. But you see how amazing Sejun's PACHIRISU really is. He hangs on after that first hit and hangs on into the red after the second hit. And now I'm in some trouble because I actually didn't double target that slot. Super Fang goes off onto Salamence again, meaning that Waterfall will be able to KO it. I do get the Dragon Pulse off, fortunately, no full para this time around, but I didn't target the PACHIRISU, I did target the Gyarados slot instead, bringing it under 50%. This following turn, I say to myself, you know, as long as I don't fully para with my Salamence, I can just Dragon Pulse and double edge the Gyarados slot and ensure a KO, because PACHIRISU can actually KO either of my Pokemon. And this is what I was saying, you know, Salamence is great because you're forced to just target one or the other. And Salamence is not fully paralyzed this turn, so fortunately enough, I do get the Dragon Pulse KO onto Sejun's Gyarados, and that's actually basically going to seal up the game for me. If he followed me there, he might have been in a bit better spot, but, you know, I had Gothitelle and Ferrothorn in the back. I could have just Trick Roomed and then Power Whip or whatever. So he goes for a last attempt Nuzzle onto my Gothitelle. Obviously, Nuzzle doesn't do very much damage, but gets the paralysis guaranteed. Gothitelle is able to just get the Psychic off against PACHIRISU, and PACHIRISU faints. So, real win for me there, but I definitely think that, I mean, one, I knew a lot about Sejun's team, that definitely helped a lot, and it was like 2 in the morning there, so obviously he was just kind of playing for fun. I'm sure if it was like at Worlds, it would have been a lot more intense, but it was still a really great game. You know, I respect him so much, and getting a game with the current world champion is always so awesome to feature on this YouTube channel. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a really fun game. I hope to contact him again in the near future and get another battle with him, so stay tuned for that. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed the battle, like, comment, subscribe. 500 likes is the daily goal for daily uploads, and I'm actually streaming on Twitch again, so if you don't follow me on Twitch, definitely go do that. I've streamed like 3 times in the past 4 days, and I do plan on doing it basically 2 or 3 times a week, so twitch.tv/KitKatAZ, that is in the description below, please check that out. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace, guys.